So you want to start farming a neighborhood. After all, farming's been a tried and true method of generating real estate leads for decades. But you're not exactly sure what to do. Your plan right now may be to start sending monthly postcards, maybe even twice a month. Because so far, that's what you've heard of other agents doing. Well, 20 or 30 years ago, I'd say that's a solid strategy and you should get started as soon as possible. But it's not anymore. A purely mail-based marketing system is outdated and ineffective. In this video, I'm going to teach you the modern way to farm a neighborhood. I'll be breaking down where you need to spend your time, energy, and money in order to dominate your farm. By the end of this video, you'll have a full blueprint that when followed will completely transform your real estate business and make you the #1 go-to realtor in your farm. The days of sending out hundreds of postcards and calling that farming are long gone. In this video, I'm going to give you actionable strategies that you can start implementing today that will help you build a long-term, effective business that revolves around your target neighborhood. Before we get started, my name is David Tortellini, and this channel exists for the sole purpose of helping you grow both professionally and personally, avoid the costly mistakes so many of us have made over the years, and thrive this year in real estate. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and take a second to hit that subscribe button, okay? Let's get to it. So many agents want to farm a neighborhood because they believe it's a simple way to generate business. It's low effort and fairly inexpensive. You send out flyers or postcards and eventually people call you. It can't get much simpler than that. Unfortunately, that's not really how it works if you want to succeed in this industry. The modern way to farm a neighborhood requires a multifaceted 360-degree approach in order to become the realtor that everyone in the neighborhood turns to when it's time to buy and sell. And when you do it right, you'll capture both the sellers who live in the neighborhood as well as the buyers looking to move into the neighborhood. That's right, farming, when done properly, isn't just a seller lead strategy. You should be picking up inbound buyers as well. Let's get into what you need to do in order to get started. So how do you pick a neighborhood to farm? Let's start with the easy answer to that. Your own neighborhood. Proximity is everything when it comes to working a neighborhood. So there's never an easier neighborhood to work than the one you live in. Because remember, you're not just sending out postcards anymore. You'll see that in order for these strategies to work, you're going to need to be the neighborhood expert, and you're going to have to be someone who shows a deep passion for the neighborhood. The best way to demonstrate that is if you actually live in the neighborhood. There's also a lot to be gained from those random conversations with neighbors on the streets or down at the community pool. If you want to be the neighborhood expert, the more time you spend in the neighborhood, the better, because farming is a relationship-based strategy now. People need to see you in real life, out and about in the community. You can't just be a face on a glossy 4x6 anymore. But what if you don't live in the neighborhood? Because let's face it, not all of us live in the really large planned neighborhoods that are ideal for farming. If that's the case, then you'll need to find something that anchors you to the neighborhood you want to work in. This could be through friends in the neighborhood or maybe your children's sports leagues that play there. You need to find something that brings you to the neighborhood frequently. That's not real estate related. If you don't have something like that already, you need to create it. Find something going on in the neighborhood that you can somehow sign up for and be at that thing every chance you get. There's also the option that you may think I'm crazy for even suggesting, but if you're truly serious about farming a neighborhood and having it be the main focus of your real estate business, then you should consider moving there. I know that's a huge leap, particularly if you're new to the business, but so is becoming a realtor in the first place. You'll never be as successful as you could be with a farm if you don't live in the neighborhood. Okay, let's get into some of the actual marketing strategies. First, let's discuss some of the ways to get in front of the homeowners in your farm. A big one of those is going to be social events. Creating events that didn't previously exist, where you're the one putting on the event, are going to be huge. These are an opportunity to put yourself front and center and have meaningful engagement with the whole community. Great examples of this might be an outdoor movie night. Pick a night of the week and play a family-friendly movie on an outdoor screen in the neighborhood common space. Do that once a month when the weather is nice. You can get a projector and an outdoor screen on Amazon for a few $100. Or pay for an ice cream truck to come by for an ice cream social. Or how about a field day filled with parents and kids combo events? The ideas are limitless. Whatever you can think of that brings people from throughout the community together, where you're the one running it, is huge. And the best part is you can partner with lenders, title companies, contractors, whoever makes sense to help cover the cost of these events. Find enough partners and you won't pay a dime. Do these regularly throughout the year and the community will love you for it. In addition to social events, you can create educational events. These can be about real estate sometimes. Everybody loves a good how to prep your home for sale class. But you're going to get a lot more traction with classes that are about things you don't know anything about. Sponsor the event, play host, and bring in a professional in a totally non-real estate related field to teach the class. These can be wide-ranging, like bring in a master gardener, or have someone teach a knitting 101 class, or a sommelier to teach a wine tasting class. There are a million options out there. As long as the classes are fun and informative, people are going to show up. Your next step is to form 1 or 2 small niche groups within the community that you can run. Something where there isn't already an HOA affiliated group, but something that pertains specifically to you. Maybe have a hobby that you can use to gather a group around, or a sports team you follow that other people in the neighborhood are into as well. My favorite I've heard of was an agent who had twins. So she started a Moms of Multiples group. There were 12 other mothers in the neighborhood who had either twins or triplets. They got together regularly for support and to talk about the unique challenges of having multiples. Those 12 moms ended up being by far and away her biggest referral source. So think about something you're into that you can create a small, tight-knit community around. Our next one seems like it should be a no-brainer. Join the HOA Board. Come from a place of contribution and really try and do the job well and make your neighborhood a better place to live. The people will recognize that, and when the time comes for them to choose a realtor, they'll remember how well you handled your position with the HOA and will trust you to handle their sale. Just stay out of the petty squabbles that come up all too often in the neighborhood HOAs. If you're not on the board, still be sure to attend every meeting and be prepared to share insight into the community and the surrounding area. Next up, if the neighborhood doesn't have a community Facebook group, then you need to be the person who starts one. Most large established neighborhoods by now already have a Facebook community page, but if you're moving into new construction, you may have a shot at starting it and controlling the content. If there already is one, be extremely active on it. Post regularly, answer questions, become a leading resource on the page. Part of your job is going to be to know what's going on in and around the neighborhood. Follow the conversations and people will tell you what's important to them, and that's what you should become a resource on. Make a concerted effort to be the person in the know and make sure to share and speak up on the Facebook group, and you'll gain a reputation as the go-to person for everything in the neighborhood. Your neighborhood is filled with other business owners. These are people that you should be leveraging to grow your business. So start a neighborhood BNI. Connecting with other business owners will give you unlimited opportunities for referrals. These are the people in the know who can connect you with just about anyone, whether it's in your farm or out. No reason you can't use the people in your farm to grow your business in other parts of town. Leverage the business owner group properly and you can absolutely take off. A big part of farming a neighborhood, the modern way, is to be farming for incoming buyers. So the next few things we talk about will be specifically geared towards grabbing those people who are moving into the neighborhood. Whether they're coming from across town or across the country, you can bet incoming buyers are going to be searching online for information on the neighborhood. And when they do, we want them to find you first. Step number 1, start a neighborhood blog. If you're as actively involved in the neighborhood as you should be, then this should be pretty easy. You might be thinking that a blog is a little outdated, but the truth is they're still highly effective. Google still loves text, and blogs are very searchable and keyword friendly. Be sure to write little articles about things that are happening in the neighborhood, community event summaries, school events, and home sales, just to name a few topics. They don't need to be very long. Just 300 words and Google will at least find you. 600 to 1,000 words should get the job done though. Shoot for at least one per week. Just be consistent. Over time, the content will build up enough that any search involving your farm will bring your blog straight to the top. But let's face it, people aren't strictly searching for text these days. Video content is king, so you have to be creating video along with your blogs. Every blog article you write should have a corresponding YouTube video. Heck, you can basically just be reading the article you wrote. But having that long-form video will make your blogs rank much, much higher on Google search and of course directly on YouTube, which is effectively a search engine in its own right. Long-form video helps you connect with your viewers and create strong relationships. It's passive marketing that over time will make the phone ring and will have a very high conversion rate. Don't worry about getting a crazy number of views. That's really not the goal here. You may end up with low view counts, but the views you do have will be very high quality. They'll be people who search specifically for your content, and chances are you'll be the only realtor they find making it. Of course, we can't talk about long form video without talking about short form video. It's time for you to take control of the major social media video and image platforms for your target neighborhood. These include TikTok, Instagram and Reels, and of course now YouTube Shorts. The great thing about these platforms is that you can create a video for one of them and then just share it to all three. But you should be posting on them daily. Quick clips of what's happening in the neighborhood, homes for sale, basically everything we've already talked about to this point. And because you're creating long-form YouTube content, you can always chop that down and create a few 30 to 90-second clips out of those videos. Repurposing your long-form video is huge, especially now that there are AI platforms that can help. By combining short-form and long-form video along with the blog, no matter where people look for information on your neighborhood, there you'll be. And attention is the currency of the modern internet. After hearing all this, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. And doing all of this is a lot and probably not what you were expecting when you Googled how to farm a neighborhood or really whatever brought you to this video. But I promise, if you implement these strategies, you will eventually dominate your farm. Start with one. Just one step forward is all it takes. Organize a community event. Start a new neighborhood-focused Instagram. Build some momentum in just one of these strategies. And once you have a rhythm, start on the next one, and then build on top of that. Eventually, you'll build out a well-rounded marketing and relationship strategy for your farm. It's okay if it takes time. Just remember, if you get started and you don't start closing deals right away, that's not permission to quit. It's going to take a concerted effort over the course of months and years to build a steady business from your farm, and you'll get there. People overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and severely underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. Then, after all this is up and running, all of it, if you want to send out mailers, knock yourself out. Okay guys, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you go out there and absolutely dominate your farm. If you're already working a farm, leave a comment below and let everyone know what's working best for you. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and share it with at least one coworker who's looking to grow their business. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for more real estate related content. If you want to learn more about partnering with me at eXp, you can head over to teamtortellini.com, or you can book a call directly with me through my Calendly. I'll have both those links in the description. Again, my name is David Tortellini, and I'll see you again soon.